Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the pro-Black perspective, where Black problems are addressed with Black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.
On the beat, boy.
Welcome to episode 51 of these things of the Harsh Reality Podcast. I'm your host, D-Web, and I'm joined by my esteemed co-host. First off, we got the ever rambunctious, newly soccer mom crowned, whatever you is nowadays. We got the one and only Rye. You there, Rye, yo?
What's up?
What's going on with you? All right. And then, of course, we got the one and only, the Gangsta Buddha Podcast. We got Liro in the background chilling. Liro, what's going on?
Peace. What's up, fam?
What's going on? Fuck 12. All right, before we begin, shout out to our KWAZ radio family. Make sure y'all go to the website, check them out, YouTube channels, subscribe to all the shows. I'll make sure I include the link in the show description. And lastly, the podcast is on Patreon. Please donate. Of course, all proceeds go to upgrading the show, providing the best content we can for loyal listeners. Donate so we can go ahead and pay these young ladies for their time and patience. And of course, if you are looking to reach out to the show, drop an email at theharshrealitypod@gmail.com. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the topics this evening. First off, we got Mayor Eric Adams of New York City. He goes on a little speech about immigration and how much, kind of sucks for the city. I want to say they're spending billions of dollars right now housing illegal immigrants is what I believe the term that was used. And how they're going to have to cut services. We got a quick video. Let me bring it up. All right, let's go here.
Support. And let me tell you something, New Yorkers. Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela. Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem. Every community in this city is going to be impacted. We had a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted. All of us. And so I say to you, as I turn it over to you, this is some of the most educated, some of the most knowledgeable, probably more of my commissioners and deputy commissioners and chiefs live in this community. So as you ask me a question about migrants, tell me what role you played. How many of you organized to stop what they're doing to us? How many of you were part of the movement to say, we're seeing what this mayor is trying to do and they're destroying New York City? It's going to come to your neighborhoods. All of us are going to be impacted by this. I said it last year when we had 15,000. I'm telling you now, with 110,000, the city we knew we're about to lose. And we're all in this together, all of us. Staten Island saying, send them out to Manhattan. Manhattan is saying, send them out to Queens. Queens is saying, send them out to Brooklyn. No, it's not the game we can play. Open the floor up.
I thought it was a sanctuary city, bruh. What happened to the sanctuary? So I'm gonna toss it out to y'all. Let's go ahead and start with Rye on this one. You saw the video we just had there of them talking about the migrants, I believe the word he used, right? And they get 110. That's like a small town, yo. That's like 3 Brunswick, Georgias or some shit. What do you think about what he had to say here in the problem they're facing? Is it chickens coming home to roost?
I mean, sanctuary city or not, a space is only but so big. So only so many people are going to fit into an allotted amount of space anyway. So I'm not really understanding in general, in the grand scheme of America as a whole, where all these people are supposed to be fitting. Like, there's barely enough resources in this country for the people that were born here. Like, I don't know. I don't know why you started with me. Go ahead, Lero.
Break the ice, yo. Big Lero, what you got?
You know, man, it does look like those chickens are coming home to roost. I mean, no, like, that's just absolutely nuts when you really think about the numbers. I did not know it was 10,000 a month. Damn. But, I mean, what can you do, if you choose to support a certain policy? You can't turn around and be like, all right, help me fix my bad policy decisions. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just absolutely nuts to me. But, I mean, look, I just feel like this whole border situation in general is just like, it's so hypocritical from both sides. Because, like, they can shut down that border. I don't know why, and people will talk about, how America's such a superpower, but you can't control your border. Like, so something's going on. You know what I mean? Like, something's going on if these many people are being able to get across. You know what I mean? From however they're coming through on boats, coming through Mexico. Like, I mean, so we just have no answers? Okay, So, I think when it comes to the political aspect of it, a lot of that is just theater. But at the end of the day, it does have real implications, and it's not looking like a pretty scene in New York. So,
word. And I heard like they getting the food stamps off the rip. I said that's why I said like what 12 billion in the whole New York is right now. That Rona money done dried up, right? You had this period where most states have to budget, unlike the federal government, we just operate off debt for forever. States and cities are supposed to balance their budget, right? And so when these cats get here, they done promise them, oh, we get food stamp, we gotta put you in housing. They paying for hotels. They putting these dudes in like the Hilton or something at one point. Now they trying to build places for them, and it's like, y'all know this is unsustainable, yo. It ain't even enough jobs for these cats here. We're like, what are they literally supposed to do? So it's like, what are you gonna got going on? Half people in New York don't have a viable income already. The people that were born in it, and now you taking in 110,000, whatever, 10,000 a month. You're a small town of people going into New York every month, and it's like, oh, now you like, oh, we can't deal with this. What's going on? And like, I think Lero said, y'all can do all this in all these other countries, right? All these secret ops and run all these operate. Y'all can't stop people from just walking over the border, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just shut it down, yo. Y'all can't shut it down like the club at 2 a.m. Like, I don't understand. Like, you got all of these a big sign. Don't come here. So I don't. And then the other issue is now all these people flooding New York, and all the services getting, and now all these people going to other places and driving up the cost of living in these smaller towns. You know what I'm saying? I done talked to people in Tennessee and different places, and they're like, man, like it was a point where we knew all our neighbors, you know, things were affordable. But now these people, because like in New York, you could pop off your little 2-bedroom broom closet you've been living in for $750K or whatever, go down south, buy a whole inflated house. You know what I'm saying? For half that and pocket the money. So now they driving up all of the stuff in these little towns, and it sucks. You know, I think like Phoenix, Arizona, and stuff like that, they having the same issue. Shout out to Kelly. He said this is a huge country. Expats. Oh, he talking about Miguel and them coming back home. Yeah, I feel you. But you know, like I said, I think this is a manufactured problem. Yo, I think this is it works, and now they using these people like cannon fodder. Yo, they using them for like they sending buses from Texas to, you know, Martha's Vineyard and buses to New York. Like you know, throwing them poor migrants like hand grenades. Here, take a bus full of them. Take. It is sad because this is people y'all playing with at the end of the day, but at the same time, it's like, yo, when y'all gonna stop it? You know, we all about to be screwed over in a minute. You feel me? As either from the people leaving New York and LA and Chicago and all these places, or from, you know, just a flood of people that don't got shit to do. They just over here. You feel me? So you're gonna have to do something about it. And then actually we just got another one. AOC got a video as well. Let me pull this up real quick. So she was out there trying to get her constituents. All right.
The American dream. We believe in it.
All right.
The American dream. We believe in it. And we will fight for it. With that?
Yes, and ultimately, I think that there are 3 points of consensus here that are very important in getting a solution to this issue. The first is that there is consensus here across geography and states on increased federal resources to cities and municipalities dealing with this issue. The second is to allow for work authorizations so that the folks in here can get to work and start supporting themselves as soon as possible. They are prevented from getting jobs, they are prevented from employment, and that is part of the strain on our public systems. The faster that folks can access the work that they're asking for legally, the better we can solve this problem. And the third is extension of temporary protected status for Venezuelans, who are the largest population that are arriving here. So with that, we thank you all, and ready to wrap up?
Well, the American dream will not be bullied into submission today. We will continue to fight for the American dream. We will not be bullied. We will not be pushed into a corner. We will fight for these common sense solutions. TPS for the Venezuelans, an extension. We already have TPS. Work permits for people that just want to work for their families. Additional funding, yes, for New York City needs more funding so we can get this done. God bless you, America. We love you.
They don't sound too happy. Them cats don't sound too happy. Yo, it is like the exploitation is like, yo, we gotta get these people work permits so they can get, you know, they can flip burgers. Like, what job are they really gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Over there, half of them don't speak the languages. Yo, but they was going in on AOC. Oh man. Y'all any different thoughts showing that video? Does it sound like those people are happy?
It definitely seemed like a little stressful situation. No, a lot of tension in that video. But no, like I said, I really think a lot of that border talk is just, you know, political theater for real. You know, it's a lot of different motives as to why they want that, you know, that border open, you know, cheap labor you got. And then one thing too that a lot of us don't mention, like, yeah, the drug trafficking that be going on in between that border. If you think the government don't got a hand in that, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. You know, like I said, if they really wanted to shut things down, they would shut it down. You know what I mean? They would, absolutely would. They got the resources too. So, you know, I kind of don't pay too much of it attention, but New York got a little mess on their hands that they're gonna have to figure out. And yeah. So
it's a wrap. And the people trafficking, yeah, the drug, the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I read some horrific stuff coming from down on the border. You know what I'm saying? Like they finding 11, 12-year-olds pregnant and shit. Like, you know, and then the people coming across, but it's not like it's all women and children, yo. It's like military age dudes. You feel me? So it's like, yo, what you gonna do with the people that's already here? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the people that's hollering about the reparation. There you go, right there, baby. They getting them, baby. They getting your stimmies. But that's all I got. You got any last thing on that, Rod? You good?
No. Next question.
All right, so we got a little bit lighter, yo. We got Mexico. Speaking of the south of the border, they popping out aliens down there, Jack. So let me pull up this next one. Just had a recent big reveal of the so-called 10,000-year-old aliens. Let's pull up this video. I don't know if there's any sound on this one, but
evolución terrestre y que después de desaparecer no hay una evolución posterior.
it's ET, yo. We got the ET coming out, bro. I like that.
De acuerdo a la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, quien realizó los análisis de carbono 14, estos seres tienen alrededor de 1000 años de antigüedad. Es decir, no se trata de seres que fueron recuperados en aves, que son estrellamiento plancton que abundaba en aquel tiempo y al desaparecer se fosilizó la evolución terrestre y que después de desaparecer no hay un...
Okay, it played a clip, but there we go. ET phone home. Phone home. So what do you think about the ETs we got going on here? Yo, them joints like some pepper maches. Yo. I think my kid got that doll in the room. Start with Lero. Yo, we got ET for real, for real. They unveiling some stuff or this cap, yo.
Man, stop it. Like, no, like, what is for real even being shown? Like,
yo, I like they got them chilling on the linen, yo. They got them chilling on the pillow. Like,
that's my baby.
Bro, laid up. Like, no. No, bro. I don't know what y'all on, but yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. No, I think this is just absolutely weird and nuts and just like out the blue, like, okay. And even if it is, okay, let's say it is, what is we supposed to do about it? Like, you know what I mean? You talking about these 1,000-year-old fossils, like, okay, like, and like what? Bruh, I'm weak, you know what I mean? You know, I got my own little conspiracy. You know, I've been thinking, you know, the alien invasion low-key already happened, you know what I mean? But that's on another tip. I won't hop in my conspiracy bag, but yeah, you know, it's a different kind of time. That's all I really gotta say on it, though.
Where they popped them off like the new Jordans, like the Jordan 6s. Like, all right, go ahead and pop. Bam. Right, what you think? You think these are authentic? This cap to you?
I think Mexico was bored and someone has extremely too much time on their hands and has some stones left over that they was just carving away at and wanted to unveil to the world.
Yeah, I like how they so careful too. They like, yeah, we're gonna pop this open. Look, my man's here. You like, be careful. Get on the left side. Get the left.
Right. Mexico ain't got nothing better to do, apparently.
Yeah, man. I gotta say, it's the timing of these things is always interesting too. I think they're probably the same day they shipped a couple billion over to, like, hey, yo, check this out. Mexico unveiling some aliens, shipping 10 billion over there to Ukraine. So I think it could be some weird stuff going on out there. However, this particular incident, I think this is just cap. And I guess the person who's known for the person that's conducting this thing in front of this Mexican government, I guess he's been caught before. kind of blowing smoke and saying, oh, aliens is this and this. And so I guess this is his latest attempt. And it's probably a good time because all you hear about is alien this and alien that. And they revealing all these videos and all this other stuff. Which I got my conspiracies on, my theories on that. But you might get Independence Day around here real soon with this blue beam shit and whatnot. But yeah, this is just stupid to me, man. I think, like you said, Rayo, I think somebody has some time to kill. It's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in the streets. It's the alien conspiracy. So somebody pulled it out. Them things like paper mache or something, yo. It's like, I don't even know, yo. It's like, and if it was an alien, if we, let's say hypothetically was having, why would they look like us? Like, why y'all always got these humanoid features on them joints? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they not look like a fucking, who knows what the hell they would look like? Why would they look exactly like little miniature people with big heads or some shit? Like, come on, man. It's like I said, this is stupid to me, but they tried. Somebody got some news cycle going on. That's all I got. I think we all unanimously vote that this is a cap.
Yes, I will say they are like soft launching a narrative that this whole alien noise. We'll see. We gonna see, but they soft launching a little narrative about this alien noise. And I'll be here to pell against these lies they about to tell, because they about to tell some crazy lies, bro. Look, like I said, I won't give my little conspiracy, but yeah, just be human.
Yeah, definitely. I would say have your I shouldn't have said the magic word, yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got my internet tweaking now. But but yeah, that's all I
we couldn't hear you.
That's all I got on defense. The aliens done took me down, yo. They fuck with my Xfinity. I'm sorry, ET, but yeah, that's all I got. We got anything final words on ET being unveiled, chilling in his linen coffin?
I do. I just wanted to say, I think it's like dip your toe in the topic of aliens in effort to desensitize the population to the topic of aliens, because again, this is something humorous to discuss, but I do believe they are very much so real. But yeah, I think it's just a humor thing.
Well, I read a book a minute ago to kind of dive into that. Which I'm not gonna speak of the name of this so-called book, but it's pretty famous. The guy who wrote it, he had a lot of things to say, and he was once, I think in the Navy or something. And he said, yeah, like y'all looking in the wrong place, man. Y'all looking in the skies for the aliens. He's like what 90% of the ocean is uncharted. Who the hell knows what's sitting down there? You know what I'm saying? So you might be looking at the wrong place. They looking in the sky for little green men when it be like, yo, they might be under your feet, but that's my conspiracy bag, y'all. That's my conspiracy. But that's all I got. Let's move on to the next topic. We got Diddy. We got Diddy in the building. He's in the recent news that he gave back bad boy artists their royalties, right? So they can make money off their songs. Many are stating that this is kind of a cap move as well. They're critical of it. Even saying it's going as far as say it's a publicity stunt, or they're including certain language in the agreements that said they can't say anything bad about Diddy or Bad Boy Entertainment or anything like that. So we'll put up this first interview we got. Fair use. I'm gonna play a minute of this because you're probably gonna give me.
Puffy, right? News broke, man. I gotta get your opinion on this, man. How you feel about him giving Bad Boy artists back their publishing?
Don't have no feelings about that in a personal manner, because that's their business. But the way I look at it is like you giving me your car with a full tank of gas and I bring it back to you on empty. You know what I'm saying? Those kids and their projects and the things that they had, he took their publishing and used it You know, however he got it, he used it and made millions off of it that helped him be a billionaire. And then he gonna give them back with nothing in the tank.
All right, that's about all I'm gonna play of that. And long story short, he goes on to speak on how, like, technically the royalties was, or at least the kind of leased them out, and after that lease was up, basically giving those songs back after those songs are no longer hot, right? I don't think nobody is playing, Bad Boy for Life in the club or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if he gave back, like, the valuable joints would probably be Biggie stuff and stuff like that, but he gave back some of these people's royalties, but not everybody, according to another video I'm gonna pull up here with I believe it's Aubrey O'Day of Dantity Kane. I'll pull this up here.
But what Ray J said was the truth, and he proved it with facts. So at the end of the day, we're all just willing to turn a blind eye. Diddy is just literally known as God. You can read from our attorney.
Yeah.
This is the honest to God agreement of what I'm being offered. A few $100s to sign away my rights to ever tell the story of what I went through again. And there's not going to be an era of girl and guy groups like that ever again with the way that music has transitioned. And I don't know if it will go back ever again to anything that's credible.
Yeah, I don't really see it.
And there's a story there, and Hulu tells those stories, and streaming, so Netflix tells those stories, and there's so many paychecks. I offered girls, I called all of them. I offered some of the girls, hey, if you need $800-900, I'll give it to you. Don't sign this. This is just a way to get you to never be able to publicly speak about what we have experienced. And to my knowledge, allegedly, there's only 2 of us from Dantity Kane that did not sign this deal.
And were there 5 originally?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it seems like a lot of other people are too, but you don't see them talking about how great, and maybe the deals are not the same that were being offered. I don't know. But in this email, it does say the money that you're getting is not coming through Puffy or Combs Music. This is a deal with Sony Music.
Okay.
Sony would be the ones that were paying us, EMI and Sony.
And then you'd be getting the money back from Dantity Kane Music.
I would get any money that the songs I wrote on that were streamed make, which is a couple $100. This is not the money that we made when we released the albums. This is not the $48 million.
Okay. Mark Curry also, I believe, had something to say as well, in a similar vein, where he says, they basically took the brunt of the money which they sold back when they was doing physical albums, when you sell 1 million copies or whatever, and they took that money and stuff like that. However, I can go into detail about that, or how my thoughts of that, but I'm gonna toss it out to y'all first. Ryan, you still there? Oh, can you hear me? Is your connection good?
My bad, my connection is tweaking. But no, I like I didn't catch his name, but the first video you played, the guy, I liked his analogy, because that pretty much is what's going on. Like, most of the bad boy artists are not really relevant in today's day and time. So what are they actually going to do with their masters at this point? So it's kind of like a pointless gesture just for what, a few moments of a good look in the limelight. Like, I don't know, I think it's for clout, but
yeah, I definitely see that. At the same time, it's like, you're an adult, right? You sign a certain contract. If you didn't read the fine prints of that contract, and then you're gonna come back, 20, 30 years later, like, oh, they got me. Like, bro, you was a fully functional adult. It's not like these was 12-year-olds when you signed that contract. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't go through the fine print. Is Diddy a snake? Hell yeah. Right? But, at the same time, would we even hurt these people? Would we even hurt these people if, Diddy didn't give them their shot, right? So that's kind of how I feel about that, especially with some of these people. It's like Mark Curry talking, like, who's bumping? Who the hell is Mark Curry? Like, have you ever been anywhere in life? Yo, throw on that Mark Curry, yo. So some of these people got legitimate. I think Locke's probably got legitimate beef. I think it's a couple of these groups have a legitimate beef. But when it comes to like day 26, Danny Kane, he's making the band people, I'm a little bit more apprehensive. Leroy, what are your thoughts on the situation? Publicity move by Diddy on this joint?
And it seems like it, because it's just like, it's almost kind of a slap in the face, especially to those who had like tracks and albums that were, going crazy back then, to now I'm gonna give you your stuff. It's bogus. Like, he's bogus. Diddy's the villain. But like you said too, the everything's written in that contract, and if you don't sit down and aren't able to fully comprehend, you and a lawyer, whoever you need to help you fully understand what you are signing away, then I mean, what can somebody really say? But yeah, it's definitely bogus of Diddy to, just now, okay, and for what? So yeah.
Yeah, I heard he got money problems too, so that's kind of the reason. If you're seeing a lot of these artists, I think Future did it, which I don't think he has so much money. He could be. He got like 50 million kids, but a lot of these people selling their catalogs actually has been the move. I think Zaytoven did it. Like quite a few of these dudes sold their old back catalogs, supposedly, so they can, they hinting that they rather have the money up front now than have the ownership of the songs. And then they can always make new music. I guess is their theory to it. But Slim Thug had an interesting thing about that. He said the same thing. He's like, yo, a lot of these people going broke low key. People don't know, when you sign these contracts, when they put you in these studios, when they book you these flights to do these, that they charge and they running up the ringer on you, right? So you have to work to get out the red. And I wish I had a longer interview with Aubrey O'Day. She said like they was basically touring for about 6 years for free just to recoup. You feel me? So because they got to put you in the fly shit. They got to fly you here. Every hotel you stay, every meal you got, they running up the tab on you. You feel me? And that's the fallacy of the 360 deal. That's why I'd rather just be do my own thing. Like, hey, y'all release the albums, give me a cut, and I could book my own stuff. My thing is, once you get that fame, it's like, why you couldn't relay it into a different hustle, yo? Like, all right, so let's say Diddy snake you on your deal, right? Snake you on your deal. You ain't getting the bread off these albums or whatever, which you can even make a point, which y'all even have sold that albums without that machine behind you pushing you. You feel me? But that's neither here nor there. Let's just say that. But once you got that name, why can't these people, none of these people never parlayed that into anything else? Right? Like back when first Danny Kane first broke up, back when whoever else got dropped from Bad Boy, any of these people, Mark Curry's of the world or whatever, once that deal was up with Diddy them or whatever, why you couldn't parlay that into something subsequent? Like if you really as talented as you think you are, right? Did you get blackballed in the industry as well or what? So I'm gonna toss it out to y'all. Do you think
a lot
these
of them
people
ran to reality shows?
Yeah. You know what I mean? But is that talented? Does it take talent to get on the Bad Boys, Bad Girls Club, whatever the fuck is Love and Hip Hop? Like the talent.
It really does.
Right?
It really doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. You can look at dude like, let's say Kanye, for instance, right? Kanye go out there and say the most craziest stuff in the world, right? Kanye should have been canceled 87 million times, right? But every time he drop an album, it sells. Every time he does anything, like he's uncancelable, right? So to me, that marks real talent. I'm not sure. I'm not down playing down in these people, but it's like, are you really that's talented as you think you are, or was the machine, aka Diddy, and all these people behind him really pushing you to that? You know what I'm saying? Leroy, what you think?
I mean, I definitely look at the timing of things too, because it's like if you make a complaint, like you just now saying something about it too, like where was all this talk, during the time, or like you said, right after the deal. The deal's been up for a minute now. It's not like it just ended. So, but it's at the end of the day, it's just kind of crazy of Diddy though. Like that's just some bogus to me. Like I feel like that's just kind of a slap in the face. Like I feel some type of way. Even if I knew, I should have knew better. Woo, but yeah, I'm gonna be feeling a little salty about that one. But nah, folks gotta, you gotta read them fine lines for real.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. And then you sign with Diddy, yo. I think Diddy been doing people dirty since the early 90s, yo. Like, who signs with Diddy and expect to get a fair deal, yo? Like, it's like going to the slummiest used car salesman out there, right? And he putting you in the brand new Benz. It's like, you finna pay like $2,000 a month for that Benz. Like, you finna get screwed over. Like, when you make deals with certain people, bro, maybe some early people could complain. I see maybe some of them 90s bad boy artists could complain. You signed with Diddy in 02, 03, 04, 05. You should have known what's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you dude is slummy, grimy, yo. And the whole industry is like that. Shout out to Bitter Medicine out there. Black Rob. Man, Black Rob died broke, bro. R.I.P. Black Rob. I don't think he had a penny to his name. He also had 50 million kids too, though. But he didn't have that future hit catalog to justify it. And he says Dave Chappelle did that too. Yeah, Dave Chappelle sold all his, I believe, his old royalties for those. But Dave Chappelle also got a crazy Netflix deal afterwards. So Dave good, bro. Dave chilling. So yeah, that's another thing. I think talent, right? Dave Chappelle, probably one of the most talented comics in the world. I can't name two people from Danity Kane Day 26. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no clue. So if the talent was really as great as they say it was, I would have thought it would have shined through, unless, like, say you get blackballed. But can Diddy really blackball you like that? The Lock still was making money, right? Mace still make money. So I don't know. I don't know. These people think that's talented as they think they are, or maybe they don't got that hustle or whatever it is. But that's all I got. I'm gonna leave Diddy alone, man. Do you get your chips? He probably look for the next batch of people to fuck over. Y'all got anything left on this joint? All right, let's move on to the next one. And we got company experimenting with the AI CEO. I feel like we did this AI thing like 50 million times. So let me pull this video up. Apparently, this liquor company has experimenting with a virtual AI robotic CEO. Sound like they don't want to pay somebody to me, but I'll pull this up for you.
Bad news. They want the tires to be biodegradable, and we can't change the launch date.
Are robot CEOs the future of the workplace?
Hello, I'm Mika, the world's first experimental AI CEO at Dictador.
Mika is the newest employee and experimental CEO of a company in Poland.
My decision-making process relies on extensive data analysis and aligning with the company's strategic objectives. It's devoid of personal bias, ensuring unbiased and strategic choices that prioritize the organization's best interests.
Day-to-day tasks for Mika at the liquor company include choosing artists to design the brand's bottles.
I meticulously research, conduct background checks, and verify potential client lists, providing well-reasoned decisions to the board.
A bonus about the robot employee, she never uses vacation days.
Well, as a robot CEO, I don't really have weekends. I'm always on, 24/7, ready to make executive decisions and stir up some AI magic.
Mika has power, but not too much, which is probably a good idea.
There is no concern like artificial intelligence could hire or fire somebody. It's still the major decisions, significant decisions are still in human executive team hands. So I wouldn't afraid that any AI would have an influence for our life, professional life at this stage.
Even so, the robot could be the new normal in the future of technology and business.
It's a bright future, and we are living in the very dynamic, changing world. So it's a quest. For us, it's a quest. What will be the future of the companies like ours? So we simply believe it's worth to involve AI.
This is Inside Edition Digital.
Yo, how we know that cat ain't AI, yo? He looked real suspect.
Bad news. They want the tires to be biodegradable, and we...
The way he was talking, yo, I think he may be a robot, his damn self. But that looked creepy, yo. They basically took the chat GPT program and put it on some like bad wig, android looking thing, yo. That was weird to me, yo.
Bug-eyed.
They could have gave that thing a better wig, yo. You know what I'm saying. But what you got, Rob? What do you think about the robot CEO? Is this the future of the world right there?
I think so. I do. But based on that particular video, I feel like it's kind of pointless. Like, it's more so for theatrics and news coverage more than anything. Because essentially, like you said, they just have like chat, what is it? Chat GPT, CPT, whatever, running their organization through the lens of this bug-eyed bad wig robot, because they also just said she doesn't have the authority to make certain decisions or whatever. So you still have a frontline human making the decisions as such of a CEO. You just have this thing that talks to you like an app would through a robot. So what exactly is the point other than for the theatrics?
That shit was creepy, yo. Terminator 2 Judgment Day coming near you. Lyra, what do you think? This the future of business for us to have these robots, CEOs in the future, or even workers, yo?
I mean, possibly. I definitely think AI is coming for your job in general, you know, especially when a lot of like tech jobs, you know, like coding's gonna be a thing of the past with the way with all this AI development. My thing when it comes to this little robot is like, why do we gotta like make it look human if it's supposedly like unbiased and doesn't have all these human traits, you know, and you know, like why do we gotta put a wig on it and make it and name it Mika? Like, nah, bro. Like, I just some of that's just like weird to me. Like, why can't it be like you know, on SpongeBob, like Plankton's wife? You know what I mean? It could look like that and like and still do the same thing. It
Not
just don't, you know,
SpongeBob.
it's giving transhumanism, and I'm not with all that. Like
Word.
it's just weird, you know. But you know, like I said, who knows in the future? Like I said, AI, like, and the possibilities. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I think you know what's funny is the parts that is like the robot had. They like, oh, no
And
weekends,
why
no
does it have to
time
be a
off.
black woman?
It's always a black woman. Y'all gonna be the downfall of society, falling for the cap. But yeah, like, why don't the robot get no time off? That's what reeks to me like it's gonna be some Terminator 2 shit, right? It's like, all right, we're gonna work these. What about when these robots actually get feelings and be like, yo, I'm working 24/7 for these stupid people, yo. Like, like that's where it reeks of Terminator 2 to me, yo. I hate that part. You know, it's like, and like you said, Lyra, why y'all gotta give it humanoid feet? It's almost like playing God to a certain extent, right? You put this machine and you give it all these characteristics of people and stuff like that. It's like, you know, I think a lot of these people have a God complex, yo, where they feel as though they creating something and they control it and all that. And you know what happens when you do that? You ain't even gotta be religious to be like, yo, I don't think that's a good idea to be putting consciousness in something that, you know, it's probably gonna be smarter than you, already smarter than you, to be honest with you. You feel me? Like, come on now. Most people, that RAM in your computer is way smarter, can hold weight. I walk to rooms sometimes, I forget why I walked into the damn room. You feel me? Like, like, but now you have a machine that can actually, you know, collect all this data, lives forever, essentially, right? And all this other stuff. I think you're going to some weird territory. I hate to get too much in my conspiracy bag, but I'm like, yo, you're going to some weirdo shit, yo. You know. Shout out to Bit of Medicine. They're trying to lower people. I think they are trying to get people used to actually seeing these machines. I seen a ball game. I believe it was like a baseball game. They say they was doing a promotion for this upcoming movie that I think supposed to involve it, but they had like sitting at the side of the baseball game or whatever. They had these little, or was it a football game? One of the, I think it was a football game. These things sitting there looked like androids, obviously, but had the humanoid face and all this other stuff. So it's like they're trying to get you used to seeing that. You know, you got New York with the robot dogs walking around. I don't know if any of y'all New Yorkers seen those walking around yet. you better get up out of there now. But there seems like there's a grooming element to it where they're like, all right, we're gonna get y'all used to seeing these people that don't quite look right, don't quite look like people, but they got kind of the features. And as they get better and better and better, who knows what we're gonna see. But I'm gonna throw that. I think I went down an interesting. Do you think these people have like a God complex? Shows the people that creating these yet? Is that part of the reason, or what do y'all think about that?
Absolutely. Like absolutely. It's the whole idea of like transhumanism and like that humans are capable of creating more than what we are given with. You know what I mean? And like developing ourselves, via science and that's just a whole nother aspect of like how science has been like colonized, and now we're following the theories, because a lot of these are just theories, a lot of facts people throw around, really just theories. Like, you know what I mean? And so it's something to be, so that we got to keep in mind in like every aspect of our lives, more than just like business and jobs and police. People, this is warfare. The warfare is going to aim up, as far as AI goes, and it's why we really got to get in our tech bags. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. Not for the same narratives, but especially when it comes to just self-defense. It's getting real weird out here, and our lack of regard and appreciation and value. Some can say, have we ever really valued humanity? But nah, it's getting towards where now we're creating more, though. Like, you know what I mean? And we're taking it a step beyond, just what we have here on this earth and what we are capable of creating naturally. And so that's always going to be a big red flag for me. So, yeah, I just, it's something to really keep our eyes on in just every aspect of our lives, for real. It's getting weird.
Yeah, I agree. I find it interesting that all of the talk of AI and robot increasing also coincides with the time we're talking about population decreasing and climate change. We have too many people on the earth, and things like that. That's always an interesting thing. It's like, hey, we don't need you to flip the burgers. We don't need you to open the car doors. We don't need you taking orders at Wendy's, doing all this manual labor, working in the mines. Why do we really need all of you cats walking around? You get that slippery slope. What about you, Ryan? You think this is some playing God type of thing? You think there has a God complex involved in all this AI joint, or you just technology advance?
Possibly a little of both. Human-like entities and freaking man-made wombs and whatnot. Like, it's a whole lot of creepy shit going on. And yeah, it's a whole lot of I want to be God-like shit going on.
Freaky frogs. There's a lot of stuff going on right now where I think a lot of people are actually getting off on that, like getting off on this thing of playing God. Like Elon wants to put electrodes in your brain and whatnot, and he's getting championed as the god of free speech almost, and it's like, bro, I don't think these people really like people to that extent, right? So I will say, if you're in an industry, as far as it used to be like a lot of the manual labor things they were talking about will be replaced by robots, but I think now they're kind of shifting it where it's like all these CEO positions now they talking about, these different higher up positions where these people actually earning the 6 figures and 7 figures and 8-figure positions. That's kind of what threw me off with this one. I've been hearing about the people taking over the stocking shelves and all that other stuff, right? But this is a little bit new in the sense that they're like, oh, no CEOs now. It's like, so really the robot, and he tried to spin it at the, he's like, yo, you can't hire and fire people. Why not? Why can't the robot do that? So it's gonna be interesting. I'll definitely keep my eye on that in the future. Hopefully I'll be old and gray by the time Terminator 2 happens, go out on my shield. But that's all I got. Y'all got anything else on the AI takeover, yo?
And look, they just want us to be Frankensteins and cyborgs out here. Like, nah.
Program your ass. But that's all I got. Move on to the next one, the biggest topic of them all, the hottest thing in hip hop right now. We got the one and only Sexy Red. Yeah. But Billboard just announced that they launching a new joint chart. They got a new chart that's supposed to collaborate with TikTok, that cesspool of app. And Sexy Red happens to be the first artist at #1 on this chart. I don't know what the criteria is or why it's different from any other hip hop or pop chart they got, but let me go ahead and pull this up. So here it goes. Sexy Red is the first artist ever to top this Billboard's newly launched top 50 chart. So you can see it here where they got her Ski #1. I never even heard of all of that. Now, my question is this: we know the content of her lyrics, basically what she's about. I think she's from the Lou. I think she's from your end over there, Lero. You know, your people over there. Y'all better get them together. But is this just a furthering of the degeneracy, pushing the machine, backing that up, or are we just kind of out of touch and thinking too much into it? And music has always kind of be degenerate like that. What do you think, Lero? Seeing this your people's right here, bro.
It's funny you say that because I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? But I've always been open that I like a little bit of degenerate music, I listen to my gangster rap, my drill rap, my, welcome down music. I do.
Word.
But I'm getting better. Anyway. But, I gotta support Sexy Red because she's from the Lou. Just a little bit. But I will never be on TikTok. I don't care what it takes. I'm never downloading that app. I'm just not a TikTok. That's just not. So but TikTok is got a hold, especially on the younger generation. Like, bro, that app, they going crazy over there. So it's actually like I was kind of surprised. Like, damn, TikTok popping like that. They got a TikTok fucking chart, you know what I mean? Like, damn, it's crazy. But as far as Sexy Red and the promotion of like degenerate music, I mean, yeah, I think all music in general is just kind of been very just lackluster, because I think people just aren't taking enough time into the creative processes, and so a lot of the things that are being promoted by the mainstream, it's not authentic like we have of our underground artists. And, that really just calls to show that we should, really be in support, because some people are like, we do got good music. They just not popping. Well, like, are we going to do something to kind of put these artists to the forefront, or are we just going to allow whatever to be thrown into our faces, But, everybody has free will to listen to what they do and don't want to. I kind of don't get too picky on music where it's like, oh, if you listen to this or you listen to that, then that automatically defines who you are. But I think it does matter, especially to those that are, just more impressionable, like our youth and whatnot. But yeah, if your youth is running around on TikTok, then I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna be listening to Sexy Red. So.
Yeah, man. If you let that TikTok, and I'm not even gonna. I used to do that a lot, like, and limited to younger people or the youth movement. Man, it's some old cats, some older people, all on TikTok, yo. I used to talk to this one chick, man. That's what half her day was spent just scrolling TikTok, yo. It's like, man, you 36 years old, bro. It's you see this though. It's not limited to just them. So I'm not gonna put them in that box, because there's a lot of these old cats or older people, middle-aged people trying to get TikTok fame. And I know some people right now who I went to school with trying to blow up on TikTok, yo. And it's like, yo, for real, this is what we've come to. But as far as this, I think this is just business as usual with the music industry. We've been seeing the downslide of it, and I ain't gonna act like I'm holier than thou. I like me some ignorance every once in a while. I listen to my futures of the, you know what I'm saying? I was throwing racks to certain songs back in the day at the club. So, but at the same time, it's like there's the balance. I think that's the biggest thing that people have pointed out. David Banner pointed this out, that there's really no balance like it used to be back in the day. Like, you had a Nas for every, Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying? You had somebody kicking some knowledge, a Cool G Rap or whatever for all these other people. I don't think I think the balance way thrown off. But what do you think, Rye? This is a continuation of degeneracy, or are they just going off what's popping with the TikTok shit right now? Billboard at least. Let's see here. I don't know if she can hear me. You hear me, Rye? I think she having internet problems.
My fault. So I'd like to think that I can appreciate a wide range of music, different genres and whatnot, but I just cannot vibe with this girl at all. Like, I was telling my husband earlier today that I feel like she was just thrown into the industry for shock value, because there's a number of women I could go around this city and find that rap way better than her, got a better sound than her, all that. But the shock value that comes with the shit that she drops is working for her apparently. So I mean, more power to her, but I just can't get with it personally.
Yeah, I can't. I think you can't honestly say what you want to say about like a lot of the degenerate stuff that we listen to or whatever. The people can rap, yo. Like, this girl can't rap, yo. And speaking of us supporting things, shameless plug. I started, part of the reason kind of been lacking is I try to start back up my little hip hop blog, Hip Hop House Society. Make sure y'all check us out. But every Friday I do like an independent spotlight of an artist, and I don't pick nobody who can't rap. You feel me? Like, I'm already like in my bag with somebody who can actually spit, yo. So it was like, yeah, you had degenerate shit, but let's just say 3 6 Mafia, for example, who spit some of the most vile, ignorant lyrics I've ever heard in my life, right? But they actually could rap, right? They actually had talent. Two of them dudes was producers who'd have made some of the hottest songs for other people, right? I can't really see that with a lot of these new cats. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not producing nothing. They not, they not spitting spectacular bars or nothing like that. Some of the stuff may be catchy, but nursery rhymes are catchy. That don't mean that they take talent to make it, right? So especially nowadays, where all you basically gotta do is pick a beat and say some stupid shit to say some pop stuff over it. So to me, it's like the talent doesn't equate with the hype to me. You feel me? Maybe I'm lost in my bag, but that's kind of why I pulled this up, because this kind of another thing that went viral. I guess it was on Facebook. Somebody put it on Twitter too. It says, I'm gonna read part of this kind of long. Y'all don't like Sexy Red because y'all 35 plus. That's it. That's the start and end of it. The sooner you can accept that you're aging, the sooner you can stop writing think pieces about the societal condition of Black America, a condition that has been unchanging for centuries. By the way, you're not hip, you're not cool. You're paying $30 to see Bobby Brown dance at 265 pounds because of nostalgia. He ain't had to do Bobby like that, bruh. Y'all send me links about cruises. Y'all complaining about the weather and customer service in stores. Y'all, I love a good brunch. I love a good day party on here every weekend because y'all can't fathom starting your night at 11 p.m. anymore. Y'all buy accessories for grills and lift weights to prevent injuries now. What the heck? This dude is just so moist. You do edibles because you can't handle hangovers. You also can't be single to save your life. So again, y'all are aging. That's the issue. I'm tired of y'all talking about a little girl who ain't talking to y'all. Play Nan and listen to the words. MC Luscious, you want to go back to blues. If I yell that slob on my knob at a party, y'all would know the response. So again, it's not worse. Y'all are just more conservative. First and foremost, a grown man wrote this dissertation about Sexy Red. Yo, that in itself, woo. Good luck for y'all people out there under 30 in this dating pool, because this is very moist. You wrote a whole dissertation about how we getting old because we don't like Sexy Red. At the same time, what was crazy is, like, I remember when I was a little bit younger, and my uncles and them, who were probably 10 years older than me, they was vibing out the same stuff I was vibing out to. You know what I'm saying? They was throwing on the T-Pains of the world and all that other stuff, right? They was throwing on the Young Dro tracks and all. It just was better music, I think it's more so, yeah, music sucks, outside of some catchy area here and there. But, I just think it's kind of crazy that this man wrote this whole dissertation about getting old. You should be lucky to get older. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. What do y'all think about this thing? Are we just getting old?
I mean, I could appreciate the sentiment that he was trying to get across with that long ass message. However, I wouldn't say that just because I'm over the age of 30 now that I'm necessarily more conservative. Maybe about certain things, but I mean, when WAP dropped, that was my shit. Like, that was my shit for a minute. So I don't necessarily think that it's just, oh well, you're getting old. You just don't like this nasty in your face shit anymore. That's not the case. It sucks. It just is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the youngest on the panel. We should throw this to Lero. Is we just getting old? Can we
I
not
mean,
vibe?
people can like whatever they like and not like whatever they don't like. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never thought like people like, and then especially when it comes to like degenerate genres or whatnot, as people like to say, like, there's always been controversy behind it. Like, there's always been people talking about every artist that has came out, whatever dirty lyric, whatever silly outfit, and has gotten backlash. We may not have been around to see it, but they definitely did. And so, it just is what it is. People don't have to like it. It's a lot of people that around my age that don't like Sexy Red, think she's, and she's really not a good rapper. I mean, she's not like, oh, wow, she was just spitting crazy bars on that. Like, no, it's just, just a bunch of madness that you talk about for real. But hey, if the kids bump to it, they bump into it. I don't know what to say. I can't stop them and tell people that, hey, stop liking Sexy Red. Like, I mean, they still gonna ski and all that. So it just is what it is. But no, I don't think. I guess some of that is with age, but like I said, we all gonna grow up and eventually be one of them grandpas talking about back in my day. Ooh, it just is what it is, circle of life. Ooh.
Boy, you don't know no real music, boy. Throw that 50 Cent on, boy. You don't know nothing about that, right? Man, they already like that, to be honest with you. I had one of my younger, my little bro in the car the other day. I threw on something. I think some 2 Chainz or something. Okay, he was like, man, what the fuck is this shit? Like, turn this shit. Like, yo, we used to vibe out this song back in yo, this sucks. Turn it up. So I think we've already hit that point where it's like you can throw on certain stuff and they like, what the hell is this grandpa rap? You feel me? I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear you know what I mean? So you could even throw on some of the older rappers that still putting out stuff like a Nas. Nas just put out a new DCD. You ain't gonna hear them bumping that joint. You feel me? That's just not the way they programmed to listen to music. So I don't know necessarily if it's good or bad. I think this dude, even though he wrote this long, moist ass dissertation about how people getting old, about called her a little girl too. He must be part of the Broke Wrist Club. But yeah, but even in that, I think he did have a point that we are getting older and musical taste change. You feel me? But at the same time, I think good music is timeless, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like good music, good. You have certain music. It's 2 categories of music. It's what's popping right now, what's hot right now, what's trendy right now, and stuff that you can always play. You know what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of these people putting out music that's not gonna stand the test of time. A lot of stuff you heard back that came out 2010, 2012. Ain't nobody playing that Fruity Loop, the Mohawk era rap. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really is playing a lot of that stuff that came out that with them Fruity Loop beats. You know what I'm saying? That shit sound terrible these days. But we was vibing out back in the day to that. So I think he just he went a little too hard. Well, he had to do Bobby Brown like that, yo. Bobby Brown ain't do nothing to you, dog. He's just trying to get his chips, bro. but he had a slight point in there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hate, But yeah, go lift some weights, brother. Don't be writing these long ass
now
theses.
What? Now, what I do think is a testament to my age and being above that age range now would probably be my distaste for her interviews and the things she chooses to speak on in her interviews. But the same could be said for a couple other artists, like Glorilla, talking about stains in her drawers and shit. Like I really could have lived without knowing that. But like for Sexy Red to be going around talking about all the time she done caught chlamydia and talking about she the raw dog queen. Like I could really live without knowing these things about these artists, especially these younger women artists that got so many young girls on TikTok and shit looking up at them. Like that's one of the things that I feel like more so speaks to my age than the fact that I just genuinely don't connect to her music.
Oh yeah, and that's interesting that you said that because part of because I reposted this and said my little piece on it. But speaking of that, those numbers you talked about, that the highest, guess who's the highest rising rate of chlamydia? Men and women, you know, black people. Right? Guess who's the highest rising rate of HIV? You know, we 17% of the population, or whatever, 13%, I think they say now, and 42% of the new HIV cases. You feel me? So you could say all this and all this turn up, raw dog, baby daddy, baby mama shit. Let's stop. If you're gonna do that, make some songs about catching HIV. You know what I'm saying? The gonorrhea, because that's what's going on right now. You feel me? You go to Atlanta to the free clinic right now, it's probably a line out the door. It should be, you know. But that's what's going on. So to promote this lifestyle like there ain't no consequences behind it, even if you just end up a single parent, you feel me? That's the sad part. That's the sad part, because they're gonna promote that to you. Why half of these people ain't even living that lifestyle? I remember they was talking about Future, every other song about lean. They say that boy don't even drink lean. You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense because he ain't got the pot belly. You know who drink lean? They, you know what I mean? And so these people selling you this lifestyle, selling you this, selling you that. Sexy Red actually might do that stuff she talking about her ignorant ass. But most of these people are selling that lifestyle to you. Meanwhile, they ain't living nothing like they telling you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't living nothing like their music is saying. They just promote it to you. Now you in the hood, still selling yourself out on OnlyFans or whatever, out here doing your thing for them 220s, that $40 because the Sexy Red and them told you it was cool. Now you know what I mean? Now you out here bad in the game. So to me, that's the sad part. But at the same time, we can't let these artists raise our children too. If the youth is out here bad, it's also our fault that we ain't out here talking to these youth, ain't out here dealing with them. You know, as a parent, raise your kids to not look up to these musicians. We kind of knew that, you know, artists was artists back in the day, at least to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? I never went out there tried to grab the biggest brick because, you know, 50 said, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not out here trying, you know what I mean, doing half this crazy stuff they talking about in these rap songs. We kind of understood it was entertainment, but these days I think the lines may be a little bit more blurred, particularly if these people ain't getting no kind of guidance at home, or, you know, TikTok all day. And we also had breaks. We wouldn't have a phone in our face all the time. We wasn't on TikTok all day. We wasn't glued to, you know, all this media tablets since you was 7 years old, all this other shit. So it wasn't all that. We actually had to talk to actual people in reality and wasn't raised on the internet. So I think that's also part of it. But I'm gonna get off this damn woman. She got enough of our time. Y'all got anything else about this this dissertation we just read, or anything about Sexy Red or the music industry in general?
You know, we gotta play instruments again. That's all. You know, we gotta really love creating music again. You know, from the foundations. Gotta go back to our roots.
Go back to that soul. Go back to Mo's gangster bumping Al Green. Talking about I love you, baby. I was running around bumping the spinners, selling that yay. That's what we need to get back to. But that's all I got, right? You got anything else on that subject? I don't think so. I can't hear you. If you did, I can't hear you. But
my bad. I'm sorry. No,
I got you. But that's been about an hour. I think we're gonna wrap it up. That was the last one we had, last subject. So it's been a pleasure talking to y'all, man. I missed y'all, man. I've been gone for a little while, but I'm trying to work on different projects I got going on, man. I do too much of shit, yo. It's like running me ragged. But I'm gonna toss it out to y'all, see if y'all got anything new going on that y'all want to share with the audience, anything in life. You got any shout outs? You know what I'm saying? So let's start it off with Lero. You got anything you want to shout out? Anything going on?
Nah, man, I just been grinding, taking it easy. Look, life is good. I can't complain. Ooh.
Word, keep it pimping over there in the Lou. And we gotta get your people together over there too. All right, you know what I mean?
Look, I ain't in the loo for a reason. I'll tell you that right now. I'll never go back, probably.
Get y'all people. We need to get the Miss West swang back a swinging. Y'all got some other shit going. But it's good to hear from you, man. I missed y'all, of course. Rod, what you got going on, man? Tell us about this. How's this married life been treating you? I know you want to talk about it. Name change all in the chat and shit. You being extra, drinking mimosas at 10 a.m. and shit.
I've been out the way for real, living my best newlywed life. I've been chilling.
Okay,
What you call
appreciate
me, a
it.
soccer mom? Yeah, all that.
That's what's up, though. That's what's up. You ain't let Sexy Red take you down. You wouldn't have got married. We good. As for me, I've been chilling as well. Like I said, I've been working on multiple projects, man. Make sure y'all check out, like I said, the Hip Hop High Society. We're gonna launch another well, actually working on a podcast for that juncture as well. If you know any independent artists who actually spitting, you know what I mean, actually very very good at their craft, or spin some hot shit, spin something different. I don't like the one thing about that thing going through all this music, man. All these people kind of sound the same. That shit's like getting on my nerve. But anybody out there who you think should be promoted or anything like that, make sure y'all hit me up. I'll include that link in the show notes as well. But outside of that, just been grinding as well, and shout out to L, man. Hopefully we can find some time to get him on here later on at some point with that UK time change. I don't know, but working on that. But that's all I
We
got.
miss you, L.
We miss you, L, man. So with that being said, on behalf of everybody here at the Harsh Reality Podcast, I gotta say peace.
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 Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the pro-black perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.
On the beat, boy.